Okay, let's talk about something that pretty much all of us do, but almost none of us want to admit. Talking to yourself. Yeah, it's that little habit we try to hide. But what if I told you it's not just normal, but it's actually a sign of a super efficient brain? Let's get into it.
All right, part one, caught in the act. We've got to start with that universally cringy moment when you're deep in conversation with yourself.
I mean, come on, who hasn't been there? You're walking down the street, maybe trying to remember your grocery list or thinking through a tough problem, and you just start muttering out loud. It feels totally natural, right up until you look up and make direct eye contact with a stranger.
And boom, there it is, that split second of pure panic. You see them staring, you quickly snap your mouth shut, and you pretend you were just, coughing or clearing your throat. You get this immediate feeling like you've been caught doing something, well, weird. But what if it's not?
So, part two, a sign of structure. It turns out that while we might be feeling all awkward about it, the science tells a very, very different story. And honestly, it's a pretty surprising one.
This is where the whole script gets flipped. Far from being a sign that something's off, psychology actually suggests that talking to yourself is a hallmark of high-level brain function. When you do it, your brain is basically kicking into a higher gear.
So let's just break this down. Myth versus reality. The common thinking is that self-talk is strange, it's weird, maybe a sign that you can't focus. But the reality, what the science actually says, is that it's a sign of a really structured mind. It's a powerful cognitive tool. We've been looking at this all wrong.
Okay, section 3, the brain's loudspeaker. So, how does this actually work? Why is saying our thoughts out loud so helpful? Well, think of it as turning on your brain's own personal loudspeaker.
The key idea here is something called verbal reasoning. Now, that's just the fancy term for the process of using your own voice, actual audible language, to take all those jumbled, complex thoughts that are swirling around in your head and give them some structure. It helps you navigate problems way more effectively.
Here's a fantastic way to picture it. Your brain has a limited amount of processing power at any one time, right? By speaking your thoughts out loud, you're essentially offloading some of that mental work. You're putting the data outside of yourself, which frees up mental space to analyze it more clearly. It's brilliant.
And this whole process unlocks 3 huge cognitive benefits. First, it helps you organize complex ideas. Just hearing your thoughts forces you to put them in order, turning a messy cloud of ideas into a clear, straight line. And that clarity naturally helps you increase your focus. That's number 2. Your own voice commands your attention and kind of silences all the other distractions. And of course, when you're organized and focused, you accelerate your problem solving. You can literally hear the flaws in your own logic when you say them out loud.
Okay, so knowing all this, it's really time to reframe how we see this habit. Let's stop seeing it as some embarrassing quirk and start seeing it for what it truly is, a potential superpower.
So the next time you catch yourself talking out loud, just reframe it in your mind. You're not just muttering to yourself. You are using a sophisticated cognitive tool. You are taking messy thoughts and giving them structure. You're sharpening your focus. You're actively solving a problem in real time. This is your brain working at its absolute best. So please stop being embarrassed by your self-talk. Start recognizing its power. This is not some weird habit you need to suppress. It is a genuine cognitive skill that you can use to think more clearly, organize your ideas, and solve problems better than ever. So, I'll just leave you with this question. Now that you know your inner voice, when you actually speak it out loud, is a powerful tool for clarity and focus, how are you going to intentionally use it?